We're going to be talking about neuro sales today, how to get anyone to say yes to your business, product, or service. Now, there's some caveats, of course, but would you like more people to say yes to your product or service? If you want more people to say yes by learning how to use neuro sales, totally different type of selling, let me know in the chat that, John, I want to learn a little bit about neuro sales, and that also involves neuro marketing. Hey there, Shervin. How are you, my friend? Syed, hello, hello, hello. Nice to have you on. All right, neuro sales. Is there such a thing as neuro selling? Is there such a thing as neuro marketing? Let me know your thoughts about getting more people to say yes. Do you think that if you understand a little bit about psychology, but also a bit about how your brain works and your prospects' brains, you can get them to say yes more often than no? So you want to learn how to say yes? Let me know. All right, let me know if you want to do that, and we're able to continue. So let me know. Just let me know where you're from and what do you do. You want to learn neuro sales? Let me know that you want to learn neuro sales, all right? So when we're talking about the neuro sales process or the neuro marketing process, let me ask you a question. Before I teach you how to get more people to say yes, here is the first question for you. Why do you say no? Why do you and I say no to a product? What are some of the reasons we say no to somebody's product or service? All right, let's go to why we say no first. Then I'm going to show you how to get more people to say yes using the latest in the brain, right? Greetings from Africa. Hello there. Hi there, Heidi. Hi there, Albert and Mahesh. And hey there, Philip. Philip, you are such a phenomenal student, buddy. So neuromarketing, neuro sales, it is the area that companies are spending billions of dollars understanding. Why? Why do you say no? So it's too expensive. Somebody says it's too expensive. Fear. You say no to learn. Why do you say no? You don't want it. That's a valid point, right? You really don't know about it. All right, all my Facebook and YouTube friends, why do you say no to an offer, a product or service, right? So why do you say no? Let's start with why you say no. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. Have you ever found the time or money for something that you really want? If you didn't have time before, but if you also didn't have the time, but it was so compelling that you had to say yes? Why do you say no? Do you ever say no because somebody's being too pushy? Right? Do you ever say no because somebody's being too pushy? And Larry, absolutely. Say no because you don't need it. Have you ever bought something that you don't need? Right? But you wanted it. Right? What is the part of our brain that overrides, I don't need it, but I want it? Right? So Troy, sometimes you're afraid of success, right? So I want you to think about the processes that are happening in your brain and in the brain of your prospects. And just so I know, what kind of business do you have? Many of you know my business, Neuro Gym. You know, we help people strengthen their mindset and build up their skill set so they achieve their goals faster. But when we're talking about business growth, getting more people to say yes, right? Do you think that there is a process that you can get more people to say yes? Now, I get it that people are going to say no. I understand that. But is there a process to say yes? So we've got some coaches in here. Hi there, Carrie. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Cecilia. Dagmar. Hello, hello, hello. Hello there. Thank you so much. All right, so why do people say no? Have you ever found that there's, let's say somebody's trying to offer you a product or a service, but because they're too pushy, you just move away from them? Is it possible that when people are too pushy, it puts up our spidey senses, right? Our intuition, but also something within us that says they're only interested in selling me something for their gain instead of mine? Now, let me prove a point to you. Do you love to buy things? Do you love to buy things? Do you love to buy? I think almost every human being loves to buy things, right? Now, here's the other question, right? Do you love being sold? Do you love being sold? Right? Yes, Will. Right? So do you love being sold? Right? And I'm just going to let some people know, if you're promoting your stuff on my feed, we will block you and eliminate you. So please don't do it. Now, I won't mention you by name the first time, but I will the second time, right? So all of us love to buy, and none of us love to be sold, right? Now, if you're watching a professional salesperson and you are studying how he or she sells because you're looking for structure, then we love to see the sales process, right? So let me share something with you that will help you from a neuromarketing and neurosales perspective, okay? Number one, when you understand what is the human brain's responsibility, right? It's an organism, right? Billions of years of evolution, hundreds of millions of years of human evolution. But think about this. We have, obviously, our physical senses, hear, see, smell, taste, touch. Got that. But we also have other internal senses that as the light of somebody's reflection comes in through your eyes, as they are speaking, and your brain is processing the information that they're saying, or maybe even the information that you're reading on their website or their offer or their social media, your brain is processing it against a couple of things first. Number one, can this person, will this thing or this person cause me any potential pain or discomfort? So when somebody senses that buying your product or service might cause them pain or discomfort, either spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, or financially, if there's anything that they sense might cause them pain or discomfort, or that they made the wrong decision because they were sold, they will move away from making a buying decision instead of moving towards. Why? Well, we are biologically wired to move away from pain or discomfort, whether it's real or imagined, before we move towards what we want. Now, all of this is happening at a subconscious level, not at a conscious level. Our subconscious mind is processing information that's coming in from either what we're reading or hearing or watching, and it's processing this information at the rate of 400 billion bits of information per second, and it's making decisions for us without us having to use any conscious capital to make that decision. So if we ever feel like we are being sold, we tend to move away and we put up our defenses first. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So if you want more sales in your business, and Curtis, no, that's not the prefrontal cortex, it's the limbic system. So if we want more sales, do you know what the number one thing that you have to do is? What's the number one thing that you have to do? And type in the chat. What's the number one thing that you have to do if you want to lower the fear or anxiety or stress or uncertainty or doubt center in somebody's brain? What is the one thing you have to do first if you want to make more sales? Come on, let's get some participation time. Don't make me talk for the next 30 hours. All right, so Larry says, listen. Oh, Kyler Rosie, okay. Kyler Rosie says, earn trust first. Earn trust first. And so the number one way to earn trust, to build trust and rapport first. Right? Trust and rapport first. Yes, Carrie. Thank you for participating. The more you participate, the more excited I get. So when you are in question mode, about them, about what their needs are, about what their vision, their goals are, you can talk to them about what pains or discomforts they're feeling, but you want to meet them at the emotional, right? At the emotional part of their being. And of course, the emotions are not like here in my heart. It's happening in their brain. So when people feel that you actually respect them, you like them, you are interested in them, then they don't feel like the only thing that you are doing is trying to sell them something, right? And let me just see, somebody just mentioned something really, really good here. And that is, selling is a transference of emotions. So the first emotion that you want to activate is an emotion of really caring, right? Don't we all prefer to buy from people who we feel really care about us? Yesterday when I did this session, and how many of you were on the training yesterday? I've been doing a training every day this week. I'm going to continue every day at 9 o'clock as our Business Breakthrough Challenge starts on April 22nd. Many of you signed up for the Business Breakthrough Challenge already. But yesterday I talked about a very, very key point that before you sell, think about this. Is selling doing something for somebody, or is selling doing something to somebody? When people try to hard sell us, they're trying to do something for themselves. But when they are there to serve us and to make sure that our product or service can actually help them, then they feel trust and rapport. Albert, glad you're back again today. Then they feel trust and rapport. And if you want to activate that part in people's brain, you have to get curious. You have to come from a place of, I am going to get to know this person so that we have trust and rapport, so that I can discover this. Whenever I am selling, I'm asking myself a question. Can I help this person with my programs, my products, my services, my knowledge, or my skill? Can I really help this person? And if the answer is yes, I think I can help them, then it's my responsibility to show them how. Right? Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. So when I used to train my 1,200 salespeople, at one point in one of my businesses, Remax of Indiana, I had 85 offices, 1,200 salespeople, and we used to sell $4.5 billion a year in real estate. I used to teach them, if you're going to get on the phone to speak to a prospect, if you're going to meet somebody to list their home, if you're going to show somebody a home, I said, if you're going out or you're calling and communicating with people, and in your mind and in your heart, you're thinking, I have to make a sale because I have to pay the mortgage, and you are focusing on you, here's what they're going to feel. They're going to feel that you're trying to do something to them for your gain and benefit. And here's a question I want to ask you. Are we communicating at more than just what comes out of my mouth? What comes out of your mouth? Have you ever just felt something is wrong, that it doesn't feel right? It's like you can't maybe put your finger on it, but you just know that there's something wrong. Somebody's trying to sell you, right? You know what I'm talking about? Well, what do you think it is that gives you that sense, right? Like something just doesn't feel right. Well, there's something in psychology called a double binding message. Pay close attention, okay? And Isabel, you hit the nail on the head. There's cues. Our brain is receiving light, sound, and obviously tactile information, and it operates based on cues and reactions or responses. So whenever we get this cue that something is off, our fear center goes up. Our doubt, uncertainty center, the trigger, goes up, and it releases neurochemicals into your bloodstream that are the anxious neurochemicals. And when we feel that in a billionth of a second, we move away, we stop what it is that we're doing, right? So we may have been interested, but then we go, hold on, this isn't working. Just remember, your brain and your prospect's brain is $100 billion organism that's finely tuned to create these signals of go or stop, go or stop, go or stop. And the things that make us feel safe and comfortable, that potentially has the reward that we want, we move forward towards. But the things that somebody says or does that may be incongruent with that, we retreat. Does this make sense? This is some advanced stuff to understand. So the first thing I want you to do is be curious to make sure that the person that you're talking to has an actual need for your product or your service, your knowledge or your skill. So if you find people, that you can actually help, hey Maxim, if you find people that you can actually help and then you build trust and rapport with them, you find out the next step is, what are they experiencing right now? Like, what are their pains? What are their fears? What are their frustrations? What's irritating them right now? What are their wants? What are their needs? What are their goals? And then you determine, can my product or service, knowledge, skill, whatever it is that you're selling, offering to help somebody with, can my product or service really help this person? Does that make sense? So when we're talking about neuro sales, it's you being smart enough and skilled enough to show up with your heart open to serve, versus you trying to get something from somebody. Now, you may have your heart in the right place, but if you don't understand the syntax of how to activate the trust and rapport center in somebody's brain, if you don't know how to activate the reward center in somebody's brain, if you don't know how to deactivate the fear and uncertainty center in somebody's brain, which is working all the time as a protective mechanism, then you might be doing and saying things in the wrong order. Does that make sense? So you need to learn syntax, all right? So neuromarketing and neurosales is learning exactly how, to be able to create, whether it's messages on your website, your landing pages, whether it's opening communications in your one-on-one sessions with people. It's also being able to show people what the features are of your product or service, what are the benefits of your product or service, and then what are the benefits of those benefits now and in the future. Features, benefits, benefits of the benefits. That is a syntax arc of successful neuroselling and neuromarketing. Yes, carry right message in the right order at the right time. So if you prematurely ask somebody to buy something, they're not going to buy. But if you take your time to build trust and rapport, show value in advance, and then say, hey, I think I can help you. Let me explain to you about my product or service and how it will help you with your pain, your fear, your frustration, your irritation, your want, need, your aspiration, your goals, dreams, and aspirations. So, and then you go into, and the benefit of that is Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Now, let me ask you a question. This is going to be just an audience participation time, all right? And some of you are already students of mine. Some of you have been through some of my training programs, but I want to ask you a question. Do you know what a drill is? You know a drill that you can drill into a wall? Do you know what a drill, right? You can buy a drill at any hardware store. Just let me know, yes, John, I know what a drill is. I wish I had a photo I can show you, right? So why do people buy drills? Why do people buy drills? So, you get a drill and 32 bits that go in there, but why do people buy drills, right? Why do people buy drills? Type in the answer. Why do people buy drills? Right? And I use this example a lot. Why do people buy bills, or why do people buy drills? And I'm trying to look at all the comments here, right? So you know what a drill is. Kim, you use it all the time. So you buy a drill for ease of use, for being lightweight, right? Makes the job easier. Dwayne, everybody give a shout out to Dwayne Klassen. You don't buy a drill because you want a drill. You buy a drill because you want to be able to have a hole so that you can hang something on or bolt something onto a wall, right? You buy a drill not for the drill. Yes, you buy it for the features, but the real reason you buy a drill is so you can create holes or bolts things to a wall. And the reason you may want to create a hole is so you can hang a photo of maybe your grandchildren, or a trip that you went on, or something that makes you feel really, really good. So when people buy a drill, what are they really buying? Yes, they want to buy, a good drill at a good price. I got it. But they really want a drill, all right, for not its functionality as much as what it is that they're really, really, really wanting to do. So here's a question for you. Are you selling drills, or are you selling the benefits of drills, of a drill, right? Which one are you, selling? So most small business owners do not understand selling and marketing enough to add an extra $5 or $10 or $20 or $30,000 a month, to their business. They are selling features instead of benefits, and the benefits of the benefits, and they don't have a sales and marketing process in place that is scalable and predictable. Right? So here's something that I want to offer you. And many of you were here yesterday and the day before. Several months back, I did a business breakthrough challenge, and I helped 1,000 business owners create an entire infrastructure from soup to nuts on how to understand growing their business, from selling and marketing and positioning their brand and their product or service so more people will buy from them instead of their competition. Now, many of you know my normal daily rate is $75,000 for a day working with a company. But what I did for the Business Breakthrough Challenge is I decided to do 5 days of training, about 90 minutes to 3.5 hours, depending on whether people sign up for general admission or VIP. And I taught them entire frameworks for growing their business, and specifically for implementing some of the top neuro marketing and neuro sales strategies so that they can make at least an extra $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month. So I'm going to invite you, if you want to learn with me, we're starting April 22nd. I'm going to do it again, and we're going to have about 1,000 business owners where I'm going to go live every day, in a private community, and for some people on Zoom, where I'll be answering their questions for 2 hours after the training. I'll have PowerPoints and workbooks for you so that you can actually learn, you can do some of the work, you can post it in the community for communication between me and the other members in the group, and we can mastermind solutions. And so if you want to join, I'm going to let you know in advance. It's $47 for general admission, or you can take the VIP plan as well. My team will put a link in the chats. That's what I'm going to share with you about it. If you want to learn how to create hooks and headlines to get people's attention, if you want to understand precision neuro marketing and neuro sales, if you want to understand how to develop a sales process so that you have a predictable business, and you want to be in a private community with me over the next little while in order to really grow your business in a methodical, organized way that's based in neuroscience and neuropsychology, then join me. I will show you where to get more leads, how to create ads that convert, how to create an entire process. And I think you all know I've built several very successful companies with millions of leads and sales over the last number of years. So the links are in my bio on Instagram and in the chat in in the other areas that we're doing. So let me go to a couple of Q&As for you, okay? And so I've got a question, if my memory serves me correctly. Supriya Bhatia, I know you just signed up for the Business Breakthrough, and you are a dentist, if my memory serves me correctly. And yeah, there you go. In the process of scaling up your dental practice, building a brand, how important is the visibility of my face and name? Supriya, it's not important, like you have to have it, but it does create a sense of, we are tribal creatures, right? And so we like to put a name to a face. The reason I love to do videos, you can not just hear me, but you can see me, and I talk a lot with my hands, right? As you can see, if I'm smiling, you could feel my essence, right, based on visuals. So it's not critical, Dr. Bhatia, but it helps, right? So if people can put a name to a face, it helps, all right? That's from Facebook. From Instagram, I'm answering questions from Instagram as well as Facebook and YouTube right now. We're streaming live on 3 different channels. So Joel, somebody comedy. How do you go about finding people that need my product? That is great. One of the first things that we are going to do in the Business Breakthrough channel, Joel, is we are going to develop something called avatars and a perfect client profile. So you first develop the avatars and the profile, and then you ask yourself a question. Where are these people going to find a solution for whatever it is that they need, right? And so you go about finding those people based on reverse engineering where they are looking to solve their issue. You also can do advertising and spend $10 a day, on Facebook or Instagram or Google or LinkedIn or YouTube to be able to pinpoint exactly those people instead of everybody else that you don't want to be in front of. Now, everything that you do, and then you can also find people who already have access to those people. So you can buy lists, you can do joint ventures, you could do articles, you could do blogs, you could do videos, you could do social media. There's 25 different things that you can do, Joel. And I'll be showing you all of the potential options with lists and workbooks to be able to do that on the Business Breakthrough Challenge. Again, so now we have from YouTube, hey, Zazzy Cat Soap Company. How do you create a need for your customer if you sell a commodity? That's a great question. So there's a couple different ways that you do this. So if you're selling a commodity, the question that I would ask you is this. Is your commodity the exact same, like, a pen? Right? When we're selling a commodity, then you're going to be competing usually on price, deliverability, quality, and things like that. If there's any way to differentiate your commodity from somebody else's, then I would look at innovating in a way that people say, okay, great, that's a commodity, and here is what I am doing that's different than that commodity, that other commodity. So I would look to innovate if possible. and create that, or you just go after people who are looking for that commodity. Then you ask yourself a question. Can I be cheaper? Can I be higher quality? Can I deliver it faster? Can I offer guarantees? What is it that I could do to differentiate from my competition? All right. We have another one. By the way, if you have a question, type in your question. My team is taking your questions and putting it up on the screen here for me so that I can answer your questions live as well. Okay. I'm going to take about 3 more questions. All right. So then we have Linda Sunshine West. What do you think of this phrase? We buy based on wants, not needs. I don't agree with that. Sometimes we buy on wants, sometimes we buy on needs. So that is not accurate. That's what I think of that phrase. Melt, why? What extra will be given in the extra part of the challenge? When you click on the link, Melty, in the challenge, we have the general and VIP. In the VIP, after every training session that we do via video with a workbook, with PowerPoints, after every session, anybody in the VIP gets the PowerPoints, they get access to the videos for life, and I stay on and answer questions for another 2 to 2.5 hours after every call. Plus, we have some bonus calls and training as well. All right? So that's for Melty. Betsy, failing. If you are finding people who are not the avatar, does that mean you need to hone your message? Yes, absolutely. That's like, that's like marketing to people who don't want a haircut, that they should come into your salon to get a haircut right now. You have to nail the message to the right audience, and you've got to put it in their path of where they are looking to solve the issue. All right? I'm going to answer a couple more questions. Do I have time to answer a couple more? Well, my team tells me I have some time. Michael Cole, what should your show up ratio be if you're in sales? Michael, it depends on whether your show up ratio is on the phone. It depends on how much qualification you've done on the front end. It depends on what your follow-up sequence is. So, Michael, I'm not sure what you sell, whether it's online or offline, but I'll give you an example. When we do webinars that are free, that people are invited to and they sign up, our show up rates between 25 and 40% that actually show up for something they signed up for. Industry average is 20 to 30%. All right, so that just depends on your type of industry and whether it's cold traffic, warm traffic, and what your follow-up is. And here's one of the things I want you to remember, and this goes for all of you, okay? Like, why did you show up today? Like, why did you show up today, and why are you sticking around? Well, you showed up today because of either I shared with you some stuff yesterday or the day before, or you saw the headline, right? Business growth, right? Did you notice in the headline, it was like business growth. I didn't go after cat grooming. I went after business growth. My headline was business growth, how to get anyone to say yes. If you have a business and you saw business growth, how to get anyone to say yes, what are you thinking about? I can make more sales if I can get more people to say yes. So the headline attracted you. The content hopefully is keeping you, right? So you have to think about, how are you going to activate people's awareness trigger in their brain, and then how are you going to keep them going on in the process as long as it's right for them. Like, I don't want to talk to people, that are coming for cat grooming. I don't know anything about cat grooming, but I do know how to build a business or 2 or 3, and I've helped over 10,000 business owners grow. All right, so there's an answer to your question around show-up rates. Abigail, we have lots and lots of people in network marketing. If you are talking to humans, okay, it doesn't make a difference if network marketing is how you sell. If you have a product or a service or a business opportunity, you're in the communication business and you're communicating to people that want to solve a problem. They want to make more money. They want to live a better lifestyle. They want to eliminate a pain, right? All right, so thank you, Linda. Listen, the challenge is $47. I don't ever do stuff for $47, but I want to help 1,000 business owners make an extra $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month. So if you're serious about growing your business, I will share with you more in 5 days than you've learned in the last 5 years about what does it really take to have a business, that can scale and you can be profitable consistently. And so if you're serious about business, this will be great for you. If you're not, this is not good for you, and that's okay too. So Daniel James, how do you build momentum? And the question, I'm going to ask you, Daniel, is let's say you're out of shape, Daniel. Okay, and Daniel, you're on Instagram, so I'll talk to you there. Daniel, let's say you're out of shape. And today you exercise for 1 minute. And tomorrow you exercise for 1 minute. And the next day you exercise for 1 minute. That's momentum. That's consistency. And what if the next day you exercise for 90 seconds, and the next day after that you exercise for 90 seconds, and the next day after that you exercise for 90 seconds? That's momentum. And then if you add another 30 seconds, now you're at 2 minutes for the second week, right? The key to gaining momentum is getting started. And the key to getting momentum is doing a little bit consistently, and you build just like a snowball. So there's the answer for you, Daniel. Julia plus Bell. With this trade, someone looking to create a business. Julia, and you're on Instagram as well. Julia, this will save you tens of thousands of dollars in mistakes and literally hundreds of hours of trying to figure out what to do. I will show you the success business puzzle solved from everything you need, step 1, step 2, step 3, and not just what you need, but how to do it. So I'll give you the templates. You'll be able to use it over and over and over again. It's what I have used to build tons of businesses and help business. Hey there, Sean T. McIntyre. Nice to see you, buddy. Great interview yesterday. Everybody check out Sean T. McIntyre. He's on Instagram and he's on all the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the channels. He and I did a great interview yesterday for his audience, and he's in the audience now. He's a wonderful, wonderful human being from Calgary, Alberta, a rock star. And he's on right now. All right, so that's for you, Julia. Ali Berlin, what are you suggesting about investing on Bitcoin and gold, silver? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about business growth today. Jack Fissel, have you ever dealt with or coached MLM type of business? The answer is yes, Jack. I have a company, World Financial, that I have coached some of their leaders, and they are, as you know, one of the biggest MLM companies around. I'm not going to be talking about gold groanings. I don't even know what they are. If you have a question about growing your business, ask me. I'll spend another 2 or 3 minutes. And for those of you that, how many of you have signed up for the Business Breakthrough Challenge? The link is in my bio on Instagram, and it'll be on the social media channels as well. Take a look at the page and take a look at everything that I will be teaching during the 5 days. I'm telling you, this is like a mini MBA program for business growth. Hold on. Let's see this. All right, so JSAMFA, what do you think about businesses just starting new and getting into partnership straight? What do I think about getting to a partnership straight? That's like meeting somebody at a restaurant or a bar and getting married straight. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Not straight. Build some trust and rapport. All right. Let's go. Hey, Philip, how to make an affiliate program with one's own product and how much should I share so it's a win-win? All right, so when we're talking about affiliate programs, all right, an affiliate program or a joint venture program is when you have a product and a service that really helps people, and somebody else has clients or prospects that can benefit from your product or service, right? Then you can create what's known as a joint venture or affiliate program that they can offer your program, product, or service to their followers. And then you do a revenue share. So how do you set it up? is, Philip, first and foremost, what you've got to do is make sure that you have a sales process that converts. Now, what's a sales process that converts? A sales process that converts, and we will be teaching you how to do this in the Business Breakthrough Challenge, is this. Let's say I advertise on Facebook ads, and I spend $10 to get 10 people to look at my ad. And let's say 2 people decide to not just look at my ad, but then decide to buy. That means that 2 out of 10 people, looked at the ad and bought my product or services. Now I know I have a 20% conversion rate. Is that simple enough? Now, if I took that ad or that content and I gave it to an affiliate and I said, hey, Joe, Mary, Sally, Philip, send this email or send this video to your followers, to your clients. And if anybody buys, I will share the revenue with you, whether it's 10% or 20 or 30 or 40. Every type of business has a different ratio, Philip, for their affiliate program. So when we have predictability, not only can we scale our ads, but we can find other people who want to promote our products or services because we're going to share a little bit of the revenue with them. Now, why would an affiliate want to do this? Well, the answer is because if they have a list and they can create money from that list, that goes to their profits and they can help their clients, right? So I'm sure every one of you that's on social media, you see others promoting somebody else's programs or products, right? It's a standard way of doing work, right? So the first thing you have to do is this. You have to get your sales process working. Now, if you don't have a sales process where you can advertise or create a blog or a video, or you can go to a network event and talk to people and convert people, then that's the first thing you have to figure out. Why? Because you want to create predictability. Now think about this. If you could spend $100 on advertising and you could make $200 back, how much money would you spend every single day if you could spend $100 and get $200 back? Would you spend a lot more money? Would you spend $200, $300, $400, $500 if you had a predictable model? A predictable model. Well, let me share something with you that I will be teaching you how to do in the Business Breakthrough Challenge. In the last 5 years, I have spent about $20 million on Facebook advertising and YouTube advertising in the last 5 years. Do you think maybe I learned a little bit about what kind of ads work? What should you say on those ads? How do you take people from the ads or the videos into a process that you can help them with your product or service? So we've invested money on YouTube, on Google, on Facebook, on Instagram, on every one of the challenges. You think you might be able to learn how to take $1 and make $2, or 100 and make 200? Do you think that if you had a process for what needs to go into your advertising, and do you think when you are talking to people about your product or service, do you not think that's advertising? Of course it's advertising if you're selling, which means helping them, right? So I will be showing you the entire system for how to do this for yourself. So if you want to understand how to spend $10 and hopefully make 20, or spend 10 and make 13, or spend 10 and make 14, right? So you have to understand that business is a science and an art. And if you're not a good, if you don't have the skill, then you're hoping and praying, and you're just throwing stuff, hoping that something's gonna stick. But there is a science and an art to neuromarketing and neuroselling. And I will be teaching you many techniques for getting better at it so you can start at the beginner level or more, a little bit more advanced and keep moving up. I'm playing in the pro level of the game. Hey, Angelica, nice to see you. How are those amazing recipes coming, right? Right, so if you want to be part of my Business Breakthrough Challenge, it's a 5-day challenge starting April 22nd. We're going to be going at 9 a.m. Pacific, the same time that we started today, every day for 5 days. There's going to be some bonus stuff that we do. I'll be teaching you. You'll have a little bit of homework. You'll share your homework. And then we'll be answering a bunch of questions for everybody in the VIP section, so you can really, get moving. And my goal is to help you make at least an extra $1,000, $5,000, and for some of you, $100,000 extra dollars per month. I'll show you the entire framework, so my team will put links wherever we are. Okay, I'm going to answer 2 more questions, and then I've got to hop off. All right. All right. All right, so Shefali Singh asked, which is better, doing a live webinar or recorded masterclass? And Shefali Singh, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5. And where are you, Shefali? You're on YouTube. Okay, so you're right here. By the way, everybody, I am using a technology to stream. And I'm on YouTube, LinkedIn, in my Facebook communities, and hi every one of our achievers. I have 5 automated webinars that we we advertise. We get people to watch those trainings, and then we offer people our programs for them to buy. So I have those. But I also do live sessions like this one. And I teach people, and then I introduce them on how they can invest in themselves to go deeper. So I have both. So the thing for you, Shefali Singh, is what model do you want? I love to do this where I could take questions live, but I also want to automate as much of my marketing and selling as possible. Right? So if you have a store, what if you can automate people to come into your store because you get your advertising and marketing done well? Right? So if you have a product or a service that people can buy online, then why not automate as much of that as possible? And so I like to have both, but you have to decide your business model. Alrighty, so let's see. Feline Fine Test Legacy. What is the value of podcasting? And you're on Instagram, so right over there, Feline. Podcasting is a way to give people incredible value, to build a tribe, and then to introduce and offer your tribe an opportunity to go deeper on your product or service and to buy it. So in essence, you're building a list, you're building a tribe of people that like you, that trust you, that want to learn from you. And remember what we talked about when we started with neuromarketing and neurosales. When people like you and trust you, are they more likely to buy from you? Right? Like, are they more likely to buy from you? I want to ask you a question. How many of you have never seen anything that I have done before? Right? And I would imagine that 90% of you have either read something, seen me on a podcast, seen me on a TV show, radio, read one of my New York Times best-selling books. You've seen my work, so there's been a little bit of recognition for some of you, a lot more for others. Some of you are already in some of my programs, so we already have trust and rapport built. Right? So when we find people who we like and trust, and they have what we want or need, we prefer to buy from them versus other people, right? So thank you, Daniel. Yeah, Tom Billieu, great guy, great podcast that I was on. I think that one got over 1 million views. I think I got 100,000 people started following my work just from that. So when you have a podcast, it's a channel to build a tribe. And once you build the tribe, you can introduce your tribe to ways to help them even more. Does that make sense? All right, so I went on a lot longer today than I thought I would. And so for those of you that already signed up, if you signed up for the Business Breakthrough Challenge, let me know in the chat. Let me know, John, I signed up. Let me know if you signed up for regular or VIP. And I'll be back on tomorrow at the same time. I'm going to choose another topic for tomorrow and just help you understand that anything that you need to learn, the how already exists, right? So if you want to grow your business, how to grow a business is not hard. You just need to learn the skill of becoming a better CEO, right? And if you are not yet the CEO that you want to be, now it's time for you to, to become a better CEO. The more you upgrade your skill set, and the more you upgrade your mindset, and the more you upgrade what you do, your action set, the easier success becomes, right? The easier, not easy, but easier, all right? So awesome for all of you that signed up. Way to go, Larry and Maxim. I look forward to seeing you. I see you in the VIP as always. So I look forward to seeing you in there. And I'm going to say thank you. If you like this, please share this. And if there's anything that we can do to help you even more. I do lots of stuff for free. And I also expect to be paid for my services when I go deeper on stuff and share what I have discovered, in the game of success, whether it's business success or elsewhere. And so that, by the way, is just having a healthy self-image where you feel proud being able to charge what you are worth. So the reason I'm able to have this fee at $47 for general admission is I'm doing it for many people. The process I'm teaching is for many people, where we're going to be interactive and very, very fast, very organized, and you will be able to really level up your skills and what you should do. Anadora, we'll be starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 o'clock New York time, the same time that we started this today, all right? So thanks for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. For many of you that are signing up to the Business Breakthrough Challenge, you'll be given a link to go into the private community, and there's already some stuff in the private community, and I'm hopping in there almost every day with a little video here, a little video there, meet some other business owners, help each other grow, and we'll have a little bit of fun. Angela, you are welcome. Did you enjoy this? If you enjoyed this, give me a little shout out, John, that was great, or John, that was shitty if you didn't. I can accept your positive feedback as well as your not happy feedback, all right? Thanks, Rose, and thank you, Daisy. Daisy, the link is in my bio on Instagram, and you'll see there's a Linktree bio, and just do the 5-day business growth challenge. Thanks, Tom, and lots of good. Betsy, Failing, thank you so much. Angelica, there are a couple of different things that you probably heard today, right? Hey, Gordon, awesome. Thank you for all the loves. I like seeing those little love things going on. Sean T. McIntyre, you're a rock star, buddy. Appreciated your interview yesterday. It was fun. All right, everyone, share this if you can on Instagram and on Facebook and YouTube. And thank you. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you back tomorrow at 9 a.m. for another session on another topic. And who knows, maybe I'll wow you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. All right, let me get this little Instagram here. Instagram is a great little tool, right? But I gotta go now.